trainers, welcome to episode 177 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, May 5th, 2021, Revenge of the 5th. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle.
Hey, Ken.
What's up, man?
Or should I say, Darth Vader?
Am I Darth Vader?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I'm
You're
probably...
Chewbacca.
Thank you. I was going to say I'm somewhere
And I'm
between...
just one of the Wookiees.
I'm like somewhere between a Jawa and Chewbacca. Oh, shit. That's so funny. What's going on, man?
Is this a Star Wars podcast or a Pokemon podcast?
This is a Star Wars podcast now.
Wow.
How are you, man? What's up?
Doing great. Got my shot.
Yes.
Well, the first one.
Yes. That's awesome. That is so great, man. I'm proud of you. I also got the first shot, so I get my second on the 21st. So then I'll be fully vaccinated.
I don't remember my date. I have it on a piece of paper somewhere.
That's good though, man.
And an email, and several emails. So
good.
I'll remember it.
All right, awesome. Well, we do have plenty of stuff to talk about on today's show. We're going to kind of take it easy. We had a long ass episode last week, so there was a lot of news to cover. You know, we don't have too much news this week, so we'll be more kind of experience based coverage of the game this week. But we will recap the last week of gameplay, including the new Pokemon Snap celebration and the start of the Luminous Legends X Event, which we've been in for about 2 days now. We have a limited research day that was announced for May, and the Pokemon choice has the community split. Go fucking figure. Who would have thought the community would be split?
Who would have thunk it?
Xerneas, Raid Guide, and Battle Party. We haven't done a Battle Party in a little bit, so
whoop, whoop.
I figure Xerneas is going to be here for 2 full weeks, so we'll dig into...
we need that Battle Party goodness.
Yeah, we'll dig into that because people are going to be raiding this thing for a little bit. And then we will poke the bear with the topic being temporary shinies.
There should be no such thing.
Well, dude, you know what, man? It's like sometimes when I put these poke the bears together, I kind of have this like idea that the community is going to think a certain way. And I got to say, I was pleasantly surprised to hear a very diverse, kind of response from the community on this topic, which was awesome because it was not what I was expecting. And it's always cool to be surprised by the community. So that exactly happened. So we'll talk about...
I can't wait to give my 2 cents.
Yeah, no. It's like I have feelings about it too. So we'll definitely dig into it. But it was cool to hear from all the community. But let's start with the new Pokemon Snap celebration. This was a short event. We talked about it last week, but it wrapped up on Sunday. And in my opinion, it was ironically one of the most engaging yet boring events to date. And just about every trainer I know, like everyone I know that plays this game, took full advantage of the 15 Smeargle encounters every day. Now, if you look at it from that perspective and that perspective only, the event was successful. That was the main part of the event. Pretty much everyone I know.
Draw.
Exactly. Everyone took part in that. So we both predicted, and you had even said it last week too, beyond Smeargle, there was kind of very little to get excited about. The spawn pool was like not great. There was exclusive field research, timed research, but it kind of just felt dragged down by that dull spawn pool and a dull raid pool. We had Lotad, Cacnea, and Ducklet everywhere in the wild. Vaporeon and non-Frenzy Plant Meganium in raids. Like there just wasn't a lot to do outside of the Smeargle. So there was definitely like a positive air to the event on social because everyone was sharing their Go Snapshot pictures. That was great, but that's like not gameplay related. That's the social element, which was awesome. But when it comes to the event itself, I don't know. It just, for the most part, people were doing 15 Smeargle encounters like back to back to back. And as soon as they were done with that, their kind of engagement with the event faded away. And they were just kind of playing like they would any other day. But Adam, how did you do? Any luck with Smeargle?
I did all my Smeargles, and I did not get a shiny one.
Fuck, me either, dude. 0 for 60, bruh. I saw people getting 3, 4. I was like, shit. I was like, I really thought I was going to get it.
I was like, okay, so if I just catch a bunch of Pokemon right now, I was like, the math has got to work out. So if I just keep catching until like midnight and then do them, like I was trying to like math it out, like how many Pokemon I could catch. I was like, because isn't there like a specific number or like 1 in every 400 or whatever it is, whatever that number,
Yeah, but
that magic
Smeargle,
number
they were
is.
saying, I think was like 1 in 50 or 1 in 60 or something like that. Smeargle wasn't standard full odds. It was
Really?
hella boosted. Hella boosted.
Okay. All right.
But
Well,
not for us though, clearly.
sorry, I was trying to look at my Pokemon, but I opened the games and I saw a Goomy, so I said, "Okay, gonna get it."
All right. We're going to talk about Goomy too
Yeah,
in a bit. Yeah. No,
We're
but yeah,
getting
no.
there.
Smeargle was like 1 in 60 for the shiny, and the RNG was just not in my favor or in your favor. But I was even watching like JT Valor's video, and I think he didn't get it till like the late 40s out of his 60. So
Yeah, I
it's
got a
fucking luck of the
shiny
draw.
Skarmory from
Did you?
research, and then here I am doing all these tasks, like, or not the task. I'm catching all these Pokemon, like counting, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And I think I caught like 70, and it was like 11:58, and then I hit a stinking shiny A-bomb. I'm like, "Are you serious right now?"
You're getting all the
I was
shit.
like I was like 2 minutes later, and it could have been a Smeargle.
That's
I was
funny.
so upset.
That's funny. That's funny. Outside of Smeargle, like, what'd you think of the event? Was this dry for you? Because
It was nice to focus on solely Metapod because you got extra Stardust and oh my god, there's an unknown G at my house.
are you kidding me?
I'm not joking.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What is going on right now?
What? Get out of here!
I was like, "What's black? Why is there a shadow at my house?"
Wow. Holy shit. Now, the only, and the bummer of it is it can't be shiny. And we'll talk about that later because Unknown is one of the temporary shinies that's locked behind an event. But holy shit, dude.
Well,
Is that the first?
maybe it's a V. I don't know. I'm just sending you the picture because I don't
Wait,
know what.
is it there or you have to like
Yeah,
go?
it's at my house. It's literally at my house.
So click on it. What the fuck?
I already did. I caught it. I'm sending you the picture of it. I don't know what Unknown this is.
What
This
do
is
you
like
mean you
this
don't
is
know?
like podcast quality right
just
now.
look at the fucking letter. How can it be?
I don't know what it is. Is it a B? Is it a V? Is it a Q?
Fuck, dude. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's the first one you've ever seen in the wild?
First one I've ever seen in
non-event?
the wild. Yeah.
Wow. I've never seen a non-event Unknown ever. Ever, ever, ever. That's crazy, dude. There's going to be
That's
people that
insane.
use maps in your area, like coming to your house right now to catch that thing. Like people that use, like, that's the spawn maps. They're like, turn at the moose. There's a fucking Unknown down the street.
Turn at the moose.
Oh shit. Anyway, did you do any raids? Like, did you have any interest in doing like fucking Vaporeon or Meganium raids or anything like that?
Zero interest.
Same here. I've totally chilled out with raids over the Snap event.
But I was dying for Landorus because I needed that candy.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sweet, sweet candy.
Well, because you got the hundo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you needed the candy. Yeah, that makes sense. But we'll save our extended thoughts on Shiny Smeargle being removed from the shiny pool till we get to Poke the Bear. But definitely, I do have some feelings on that. That was a short ass event. It was only 4 days long or whatever it was. But that led us. We had a day off. So Monday was vanilla seasonal spawns, which is always fun. And then starting yesterday, we had the Luminous Legends X event, and that, I mean, shit, dude. This event has been fucking amazing. But out of the gate, it was kind of puzzling to a lot of people that the 500 million Fairy Catch Global Challenge, first of all, it started on May 1st, the Global Catch Challenge window. But the fairy spawns weren't boosted till the Luminous Legends X event started, which was May 4th. So between May 1st and May 4th, you might have like random like grand snubble spawns happening like here and there.
Yeah, and I just passed up so many of them.
But like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't make any sense to me that the catch window started a couple days before the actual event. Here nor there. it was very confusing for trainers. Then on top of that, the Global Challenge Arena, which is typically in the Today view, which would show the progress bar of the Global Challenge, the 500 million fairy catches was not part of the Global Challenge Arena. So not only were people confused that the challenge was actually active, but there's no way for us to monitor our progress. And that was a bummer because people really look forward to that. And then on top of that, you got to remember, it also tells you your personal contribution when the challenge arena is active. So it'll say, oh, for the 40 million or the 40 million raids or whatever the fuck it was like, all right, you've contributed 15 raids, 20 raids, whatever it is. You could see that, and then you could see your friends and have this little, community competition going on. Unfortunately, the fairy catch challenge, none of that is there. And I have to talk about this because it was so fucking funny. So we've had no updates on the progress of the catch challenge, right? So on the 3rd, which is now 2 days ago, Pokemon Go's Twitter, the official Pokemon Go Twitter, had posted out like a blank image of a progress bar and the fairy icon saying like, all right, the event is active, stay tuned for updates. But they never gave us an update. So
we need updates on the updates.
I know, okay? But I cut and paste the image into like Microsoft Paint. I grabbed the pink color from the fairy icon and I just kind of scribbled in on the progress bar, and I put up a tweet saying like, hey, here's my guess at what our progress is. Like, how many fairy Pokemon have you caught already? And then dude, not fucking 10 minutes later, the official Pokemon Go channel posts an update saying like, great job, trainers. You're more than halfway through, with the bar filled halfway. I was like, yo, this is funny. I was like, either that's the weirdest coincidence or my tweet sparked a fire under someone on the social team's ass to be like, oh shit, the updates.
the updates. We need to get on this. Quick, wake Jimmy up. He's gonna
exactly, dude. I was dying. That shit was so funny. I was cracking up. Anyway,
I don't know if Jimmy actually works there.
We're 2 days into the event. It's been receiving definite high praises from the community. We had a new legendary in raids, new Pokemon in the wild, and an absolutely fucking phenomenal spawn pool. The timed research leading to rewards that we actually want and care about, and we had great field research. There's a lot to unpack here, and this event has just been exceptionally positive door to door. So let's talk about it. And we're only 2 days in. So we'll start with the spawn pool. And in my opinion, this is one of the best spawn pools we've ever had for any event ever. Mainly due to the featured types are dragon and fairy. Okay, those are the most rare Pokemon typically. So seeing dragons and fairies in the wild is usually exciting. Now, I'm seeing a shit ton of Dratini, a ton of Bagon. It's, I talked about last week how when it comes to events, I want to feel the immersion. Like I want to feel like I'm actually training within the event. I absolutely feel that here, because it's like when you open the game and your spawns pop up, you're seeing fairy and dragon spawns together. It just feels like you're in the event, and you see the new Pokemon. It's just fucking awesome. It's great. Now, the whole Dratini and Bagon thing is great because we also have the benefit of being able to get the Community Day moves for Dragonite and Solomons. So that felt very immersive. That's great. Then we had the 3 new wild Pokemon released. We had the Dragon-type Goomy, which you just had fucking spawn at your house. I've only caught 2 total so far.
Well, this would make number 4 for me.
Okay. As well as the Fairy-type Swirlix and Spritzy. Now, Adam, I'm pretty sure you're positive on this, but what do you think of the spawn pool? And was this kind of like the best possible rebound off the Snap event possible? Like, right? Like, this is great.
Yes, I am so thrilled that we got this directly after the Snap thing, because it was just like Metapod. Like, that was the only thing. I mean, for me personally, I got 100% Ducklet out of, my research task. So, like, I was catching the Ducklets to get XL candy.
Okay.
But other than that, it was literally just Metapod.
Yeah. No,
I was just like, I'll take the extra Stardust. I'll catch less Pokemon and get the same amount of Stardust.
The Dragon Catch medal is the only medal for typings that I don't have as platinum. Because like in my area, dragons are fucking rare. So it's like this is I'm looking at this as an opportunity to really make some headway on that medal. I'm still about 550 dragons shy of doing this. So I don't know if I'll make it. I know I'll catch 250 plus on Spotlight Hour for Dratini, but it's I don't know if I'll be able to make it. But it's like this is an amazing opportunity to grind on these dragon catches to help me with that medal. But how has it been with Swirlix and Spritzy? You're seeing those pretty regularly?
Yes, very, very regular. Like I pulled into my house and my driveway, I had like 5.
Okay. Okay.
They were all weather boosted, so I'm gonna account to like 2 of those or 3 of those, like because it was weather boosted.
Right.
I've seen less Swirlix and more Spritzy.
Okay. That's pretty I'm probably dead even between the two. But what I like here is the rarity of Goomy. And we talked about this last week. We're like, how rare is this thing going to be? And we're like, fuck, I hope it's not like,
If you're
Dino.
extremely lucky.
Right. Because they put the word extremely there, but it's not as bad as we thought. I feel like it's like the perfect level of rarity. You're catching 15, 20, 25 Spritzy and Swirlix to every 1 Goomy or something like that. And that feels cool. That feels good because it's not like you're completely missing out on the Goomy. Now,
and it's
one
also
thing,
been raining by me, so
okay.
I could evolve it, but you know me.
Well, you going to put rare candy into it?
No.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like the only way I'd be able to evolve it right now is if I put rare candy because I've only caught 2. I caught them both with silver pineapple, so I'm getting 7 candy apiece, but still, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's I just like the fact that they released 3 Pokemon at the same time. 2 of them are readily available, and one of them is on the rare side. And it made me kind of think because it's been a while since you would see so many silhouettes, on your nearby. But when I first turned the game on before catching my first Goomy, I was seeing a bunch of Goomy on the nearby. Like now I didn't, couldn't necessarily go out and catch them, but you would see them on the nearby. You would see them on your Pokemon screen. And, once you catch that first one and put it in your decks, the game deprioritizes showing you that silhouette because you've already caught the Goomy. So it's just going to put Goomy into the regular pool of the Wurmples and whatever else is fucking spawning around you. I really wish it didn't do that. I wish the game would be smart enough to say, you have less of this Pokemon, so we'll prioritize showing it to you on your nearby.
I
That
wish
would
we
be
still had the grass to see like how close we were.
the 3 steps. Remember the 3 steps, the paw prints? That's the best. The footprints were the best. That was so cool back in the day. If you were original player back in 2016, you know what we're talking about. It's like, they used to have the 3-step thing, you're 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps away. It was like man, that was fun. That was a really cool way to track down Pokemon. I love that shit.
It was.
What about the unique evolution requirements for these 3 new Pokemon? Have you? So I know you're typically a holdout for evolutions, but have you fucked with any of the evolutions for Spritzy or Swirlix yet?
No. What are they?
Okay, so for Spritzy, you have now for both of these. If you go into their Pokemon screen, you'll see like a little tab underneath that says "Adventure with this Pokemon." Continue to adventure with this Pokemon to evolve. And for Spritzy, what you need to do is make it your buddy. For both of them, you need to make it your buddy. And Spritzy, you have to use an incense. So once you use an incense, you'll be able to evolve the Spritzy up. Now, this is a little bit of a weird thing because an incense is a paid item. It's a premium item. So you're either
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, you're either going to have to put out money or do your diligence to get your coins, from gym defenders to get those coins enough to get yourself an incense. It's not that expensive, but it's not something you could just get from normal gameplay. It is something either way you have to buy from the shop, whether from
Aren't
money
they
from
still
your
40?
pocket. Yeah, they're still discounted.
Okay, so
You
that's
still
just
get the
one
bundle.
day in the gym. So
Right. It's not a lot of work.
train up, trainers.
Yeah, but I did like that. Again, this is something that they're putting a little spin on. And then for Swirlix, you have to make it your buddy and feed it 25 berries, which you can
All right,
actually
that
do.
makes sense.
Yeah, because in the main series, yeah, it needed to eat a specific type of item, so they kind of carried that over a little bit. But you could do this in one shot, so you can make it your buddy and then just fucking shove 25 berries down its throat and do the evolution. Uh, I love the design on all these Pokemon. I love their evolutions. Like, this was a good batch of Pokemon. I'm really excited to evolve Gumi. I just would prefer to not dump rare candy into it. Like with the rare candy, it's like I'd rather give that to legendaries. You know what I mean? It's like, but you know,
Yeah, I'm still
it,
working on my 100% Landorus.
yeah, it's gonna be a slow burn to get fucking Gumi candy
It's
naturally.
okay. Just throw that in the gyms and feed that berries.
That's exactly what I'll do.
Take a chance.
Yep, that's exactly what I'll do. What about the
The
500 million
rewards.
catches? How do you feel there?
Yeah, so if we do hit the 500 million catches, we unlock some sweet rewards that become active from Tuesday, May 11th through May 17th, which will overlap with Community Day, which is like ace.
All right, well, I talked about last week how I was like, man, fucking quarter hatch distance is like on a community day.
Eh,
But now we'll have quarter hatch distance and 3 times catch XP so long as we hit this goal, which I'm sure we will.
Champ's going to be in raids. We're
Yep.
going to get Shiny Galarian Ponyta unlocked. Also note that Shiny Galarian Ponyta will remain available after the event, and Pancham will be in Strange Egg starting on May 18th with the Luminous Legends Y event.
Yep. So good rewards. And we talked about last
The
week.
best rewards.
It's not like you have to be pressured to do this in a certain amount of time, and the remainder is going to be your reward window. This is
And I love the eggs.
oh yeah, the fucking 7K eggs are awesome right now. They're really
You know
good.
what I don't like?
What?
Is the 2K egg that I hatched earlier today. I hatched a shiny Swablu.
That's a good egg.
Community Day is coming.
So
I already had a whole bunch, and then this thing pops out of the egg, and I'm like, come on.
it's got a good floor for IVs.
Yeah, I think it was a 10-10-10.
The Nundo of hatches.
Yeah.
We also had, again, still going on the Luminous Legends X event, we have the timed research. Now, I'm fucking loving this because the tasks are super diverse and there's 7 pages of tasks. Now, this is what was it, a 13, 14-day event. So we have plenty of time to do this timed research. So yeah, it makes sense that it's a longer research. I like that. But it's kind of like a split thing. The first 4 pages have you doing tasks like sending gifts, earning buddy hearts, catching Pokemon, and then ultimately defeating the grunts, leaders, and Giovanni, and you get your Super Rocket Radar, blah, blah, blah. That's what the first half. Then the second half, the final 3 pages, you have to use an incense, you have to make great throws, use berries, complete a raid, and ultimately you end up having to catch 50 fairy type Pokemon, and then you get that rainy lure module. So it's all one-timed research, but it's kind of split in half with the first half being a little bit more Team Go Rocket focused, and the second half being kind of like, a more standard event-based timed research that doesn't necessarily tie to Team Go Rocket. Where are you at with this? Like, did you complete any of these pages yet?
I am at I don't know. I'm still working on it.
Well, I'm definitely still working on it.
I need to purify 3 shadow Pokemon right now.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not bad, dude. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I just don't want to waste the dust because I
God.
already waste enough
Oh
of it.
my god. I'm at the part where I have to defeat one of each leader, and I shit you not, I'm looking for Sierra, and my last 16 fucking leaders have been Cliff and Arlo. Like, I cannot get fucking Sierra. I drove around Red Bank, every fucking stop, Arlo, Cliff, Arlo. All my fucking balloons today, Cliff, Arlo,
And we know how you
Arlo.
feel about Cliff.
I fucking
You
hate
can't
Cliff,
beat him.
dude.
You
He
can't beat
sucks.
him.
Fuck that Aerodactyl. I hate that fucking Aerodactyl. I have another. It's going to be midnight in 8 minutes. I'll turn the fucking game on. It better be fucking Sierra. If it's Cliff, I'm going to be fucking swollen. I can't stand that shit. Anyway, but what about the Rainy Lure module? That was kind of threw a lot of trainers off because you couldn't get it in the shop.
I get why it wasn't there at the beginning, because it's like you don't want to throw something and just give out the evolution almost immediately to anybody that's hoarding rare candies. You know, you want them to have to like try to fight for it, you know?
Yeah, but remember, you could evolve to Sliggoo if it's raining out. So
Okay, but what if it's not raining?
well, they turned it
can't
on.
Control the weather.
They turned it on today. Not with that attitude. No, but they turned it on today. They turned the Rainy Lure module on in the shop today, so you can get it in the shop. So that whole thing is over. But like Heracross Boss sent me a message and he was like, "Fuck, dude, I was going to do a little, quad stop with Rainy Lures and like see how that went for science." And he was like, "It's not in the shop. What the fuck? Why don't they want my money?" It's like, dude, I don't know. But it's like I kind of got the feeling like, all right, well, they want to give people a chance to get it for free through the research, but the Rainy Lure module is on page 7 of the research. So only the real hardcore are going to get through all 7 pages in the first 2 days. But is what it is. It is available in the shop now. Before we wrap this part up, 7K eggs, like you said, they did have a shakeup. The entire pool of 6 Pokemon is on the same rarity tier. Cleffa, Igglybuff, Azurill, Gibble, Spritzy, Swirlix. All the same rarity tier, which means you have a 1 in 6 chance at getting Gibble. So those are good.
That shiny is amazing.
Those are good Gibble odds. Those are good. I don't have any of the babies.
Those are some Gibble odds.
Is that
sorry?
I
was trying to be funny. Like good Gibble. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't. Finally, we have Xerneas, which we'll talk in detail. We're going to do a raid guide about
What's a Xerneas?
Exactly. What's a Xerneas? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Good looking fucking Pokemon. All right, moving on. Next to Marill Limited Research Day. We don't have to spend much time here, but
right, let's not.
Yeah, Niantic has announced that the next Limited Research Day will feature the Water and Fairy type Pokemon Marill. And this event is Sunday, May 9th, Mother's Day, from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. local time. And you can complete an event-exclusive timed research that will lead to encounters with Marill. There's also going to be field research tasks that lead to Marill. And the interesting part about this Pokemon being chosen is that
it's ridiculous and there's no reason for it.
I agree.
We already had one.
Well, we had Go Battle Day with Marill.
I don't care what we already had a similar day. Give me like a Hoot Day. Give me a Hoot Day.
Not only is it a recycled shiny, but it's a recycled event Pokemon. Like, what the? So, but
this is like the worst choice.
But listen, this is another thing like Poke the Bear that the community really surprised me. Because I brought this up like fucking, everyone's going to fucking hate this shit. And then people were like, no, give me Marill. This is great. And I'm like, really? So it's not what you necessarily would think. One, because it's such a PvP relevant Pokemon. People want a good spread there. They want the Candy XL and they want the Shiny. So it's like, I don't know. The argument of stuff getting recycled doesn't seem to have the same impact. Now that can be because maybe we're just getting used to it. Or
this feels bad.
It feels bad to me. It definitely feels bad to me. It's just like
Swablu, I understand because of the relevance of Mega Altaria
with the Mega
in the future.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like I get that. I can't get behind. There's no Mega Azumarill.
But do you think that the PvP
and don't we have a Marill hour? Like, don't we have an hour of
And
Meryl
we
too?
have a Meryl spotlight
Yeah,
hour.
no. This is seriously a slap in the face. So anybody that's behind this, we're already getting it for an hour.
That's the thing. We're getting the spotlight, and it's like, I don't know how many we could catch
Throw
here.
this
Like,
event out the window.
like let's say we
Done.
have 20 pages of timed
Ken's gonna
research.
keep ignoring it, but I'm done.
Listen.
This event, Ken,
Look,
we can't spend too much time on this. Move to the next topic.
Listen. If we have 20 pages, right, and there's 3 tasks each, right, so then maybe we get 60 Meryl spawns, right? If you play for a fucking hour straight, and the timed research, it's over fucking 12 hours or whatever the fuck it is. If you play 1 hour for Spotlight Hour and play good, play hard, you can get 250 fucking catches. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not down with this. I'm with you. Give me anything else. Anything. Just not something that's been 2-3 times recycled. And the fact that we have a Spotlight Hour too, it's like, yikes. But no, so I think I know the answer, but you don't think that PvP or the Candy XL argument kind of fill in the gaps of why this is...
Listen, we've already had like an event recently that like we could get a Zoomerl in our research tasks. Okay, I don't need more Meryl. Like, I understand it couldn't be shiny, but like we already had the Meryl event. We already are having a Meryl spotlight hour. We don't need another Meryl event.
Do you have Shiny Meryl? Do you have it?
I think so.
Okay, we'll see that. Maybe that's why it I don't have it. It's like, so like that's a reason I would still want it, but it still feels bad.
You already have an opportunity to get it, so it would make you go hard on the raid hour, or not raid hour, but spotlight hour.
Exactly. I don't know.
There's no need for it. There's no need. Give me Surskit. Give me Surskit.
Yeah. Like, anything. Hoot would be fucking perfect.
Hoot. That sounds like a hoot.
Give me fucking Rattata, dude.
I would even settle for Rattata. Regular Kanto Rattata. Even though we've had Spotlight Hour, but if it was a rat, they call it the Little Joey event.
Oh my god. I know. All right, it's about to turn midnight. I'm waiting for this fucking balloon. But as I wait for this balloon, let's get into this raid guide and battle party for Xerneas, because as we mentioned earlier, Xerneas is our legendary raid boss, and it's going to be around for a while, till Monday, May 17th. So we have plenty of time. We actually had a raid. This is what?
It's a battle party. Ooh, battle party. Ooh.
I was going to let our friends from our Maripa 2019
do it. Well, I mean, you can still let them, but I still want to participate.
Battle party! Woo! Battle party! Woo! Yeah!
All right, so we had raid hour today. We'll also have another next week. There's plenty of opportunity to catch this thing. Just to recap, Xerneas is a fairy-type legendary Pokemon. It comes in at 45,899 CP. It's weak to poison and steel types. It actually can be duoed under the right conditions. Originally, we thought it was a trio, but it can be duoed. There's been plenty of chatter over how Xerneas doesn't perform too well in Pokemon Go due to its moveset and lack of fairy fast move. And that couldn't be more true. Like, it fucking sucks. It's just definitely like a pretty dex filler. Here's my balloon. It's fucking Cliff. Fuck you, Cliff.
This is why we need like a video podcast, because
fucking Cliff, dude. I'm not doing it. That's 17 liters I've encountered it now, and no fucking Sierra. Fucking jerk. All right. Anyway. But yes, no fairy fast move, and many of its fairy moves in the main series games are non-damaging moves, so they're not available in Pokemon Go. Or like Moonblast. Moonblast is already labeled as a charge move, so obviously in the main series there's no differentiation between fast move, charge move, so it gets fucked there. It also received a 9% nerf just before going live, which brought its performance down even further from what we originally thought. Nonetheless, it's still a fantastic looking Pokemon and is pretty well known because it was in the box of the main series Pokemon X game, so it's a box Pokemon, they call them. 100% catch will be 2160 at level 20 and 2701 at level 25, boosted in cloudy weather. Now, we're going to take a look at Pokebattler's best counter list, and we're going to exclude Shadows and Megas just for now. But your best counter is going to be Metagross with Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash, Dialga with Metal Claw, Iron Head, Genesect, normal or Burn Drive Genesect with Metal Claw and Magnet Bomb. Just make sure if you're using the Burn Drive one, you don't TM away from Fire-type Technoblast. Excadrill with Metal Claw, Iron Head, Roserade. Now we get into some poison Pokemon. Roserade with Poison Jab, Sludge Bomb, Gengar with Lick, Sludge Bomb, and even Jirachi is in there, Charge Beam and Doom Desire. Now, if you do want to use Shadow Pokemon, of course, Metagross, but Scizor with Bullet Punch, Iron Head, and Mewtwo with Confusion Psy Strike even is really good. And for Megas, of course, Gengar, and you could use Beedrill for Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb, and then obviously get the boost on the other Poison-type Pokemon. But from what I'm gathering here, you're going to end up seeing full parties of Metagross, because like if there's ever a time to use fucking Metagross, it's now. So I'm building out 2 parties. I've got one that's just built for efficiency. Like if I'm duoing, I have 3 Shadow Metagross that are good, and I have 3 regular Metagross that are good. So I'll bring 6 Metagross, 3 of them being Shadow, and just call it a day. But if I want to get a little spicy and kind of mix it up a little bit, I'll bring Mega Gengar, because I do have a Hundo Gengar. Roserade, Shadow Victory Bell is another good option. Shadow Metagross, Jirachi, and Dialga. So I'll bring one of, no repeating Pokemon. But the one I'm going to have saved in my in the game in the party screen is going to be the 3 Shadow Metagross, 3 regular Metagross, because that's just hyper efficient. Adam, what about you?
So I'm going to be bringing my Shadow Scissor. That's 100%.
Nice.
And almost all the way maxed out. I mean, it's all the way maxed out, but not XL maxed out. And then I'll be bringing 5 Metagross.
Okay.
I'm not normally that person, but Metagross just does a lot of damage.
See, and I don't think you've built a Shadow Metagross, right?
No.
So you gotta like next frustration event, I'm gonna be up your ass to fucking make sure that you TM away frustration.
Far up there.
Save your freaking charge TMs, dude, and just type in Shadow in the search bar and just change frustration on every single Shadow Pokemon you have. Just do it.
I have 238 charge TMs.
How do you dedicate that much fucking space to TMs? OMG.
I don't even know.
That is insane. All right, Adam, that was a lot of information in 35 minutes. So why don't we take a little break, and when we come back, we can poke the bear. What do you think?
I love it. Let's go.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
At least I'm back. Ken's
okay, we're back now.
Oh, there he is.
All right, we're back. Little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show. Please remember that this podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, GStex87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Ken, Lynchbot, Mike, M. Pitts, PokeNabot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, The Noise, and Wood Woes Wolf. Thank y'all so incredibly much for your support. And also a huge thanks to our gym leaders: Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp Diem, MD, Sharkfin, Talon, Tish, and TN Comics Wiz. And of course, a ton of love to our executive producer, Paul Bott. Paul Bott, the rock, the stone, the backbone. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. But if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can take a moment to leave us a review. All right, Adam. I think it's time to poke this bear. What do you think?
Let's poke the bear. Rawr. What?
All right.
What? There was a bear behind me. I just saw it.
Adam always forgets that I actually have a sound clip here of a bear that I play every time.
Which is why I still growl. Listen, we have a joke. We have a joke at work, okay?
What is the joke?
Where if an angry customer comes in, that we have like a Roomba, like one of the cleaning vacuums, where we put it in the back room, and then we have a growl tape. So it's like a vicious dog sound, and it sounds like there's a dog coming at it. Like, so they get scared and they just run away because they're like, "What's back there? I brought my dog to work." It just sounds like it's gonna come through the door at any second.
That's a little weird, man.
I know, it's hilarious. No, it's like the longest running joke that we have. It's
Retail
so funny.
jokes. I guess you got to be there.
You have to be there. It's one of those like retail things. If somebody's just giving you so much attitude that it's like, oh gosh, how do we get them out of here?
On Twitter, I posed the topic: temporary shinies. What are your thoughts on certain Pokemon, shiny Pokemon like Smeargle, Ditto, Unknown, and Meltan being gated behind events in Pokemon Go? Should they be permanently available? Does it create FOMO or feel pay to win? And like I said earlier, I was pleasantly surprised to get a very, very diverse response from the community. Thank you to everyone that took part in this thread here, because it was really, really good. And we got a ton of feedback. So
can I go first?
Of course you can. Go for it.
Okay. So with Smeargle, I feel FOMO pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. It feels really bad because I really wanted it and I didn't get it. Unknown, it would be nice to still have that chance. Even if they made it even more rare, I'd be okay. Like if they, you know what I mean? Like if the rarity went from, 1 in 240 or to like 1 in 480 or, whatever, double that, at least there would be still a chance, and Ditto, I think that that's a missed opportunity for people to get excited about whatever Pokemon they put in the spawn pool of Ditto and make Ditto even rare. Like as far as the shiny, but make like you catch a Sparrow, you're like, oh, I don't have a Sparrow shiny. You catch it and it's a Ditto. You're like, oh, right. It's a good but bad thing at the same time.
Right.
And I think that that's a huge missed opportunity. Meltan, I haven't done a box since the last time it was shiny.
Wow. That tells you something. That tells you something.
Let's be honest here. And like, again, even if they made Meltan super rare to get a shiny, at least people would be attempting or trying to do it every rotation.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Even if they like made the days go longer like they had in the past, instead of like every 3 days, it would go back to 7 days. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense to take the shinies away. But with that being said, I want to hear what everybody else said.
All right. So, and one little side note here for the Spritzy evolution mechanic: a Meltan box will count as an incense for your evolution. So, just a little side note there. But we did get some.
That sounds free.
Yeah, exactly. But we did get some really good feedback from the community. And I'll start running through here, Adam, then you can pick it up at the end. But first one from Sea Princess says, I've never gotten a non-pay-to-win limited shiny despite maxing every single attempt. It is frustrating that game mechanics feel like they are stacked against some of us, even though I know that's not true. I'm trying to be the best there ever was, but the game won't let me. Ben says, I think once a shiny is available, it should be available for good. Especially with Ditto and Smeargle, they aren't that common anyway. So I do want to talk about this. So I agree. I definitely agree, especially with Smeargle. Smeargle makes the least amount of sense to me because
you'd be playing and you'd be trying to take a picture every single day.
Right.
You'd be engaged with the game until you got a Smeargle You know what I mean? You'd
But
keep
like you
going and
can't
going and
farm it.
going.
You can't spoof to it. You can't, you know what I mean? Like it's one shot a day. If that. You have to take, it promotes Ghost Snapshot, and it's not like you can really break the game or unbalance the game by having it there. So definitely feels weird. With Ditto, I understand there's other variables at play as far as like, a non-shiny wild Pokemon turning into a Ditto. Does it turn into a shiny Ditto? Like how those rolls, how those
No,
checks would work.
like I said, if it was a shiny Pokemon that like you didn't have, like, let's just say they release Hoot Hoot as a shiny, and then you catch it, but it turns into a Ditto, and you're like, no, I
Right.
wanted the Hoot Hoot more.
I know. That's what I mean. There's a lot of variables there. There's a lot of variables. Well, let me get through some of these, and I'll give my thoughts at the end. Artemis Dragon. I don't understand FOMO. You can, if you want, stop playing until what you missed out on comes back if collecting is your form of playing. Artemis, that requires patience.
Yeah, and it's like I do other things other than just collect them, but I still want them.
Ghastly Girl says, I'm not a big fan. I didn't get Smeargle, and I know many others didn't. I think people would do the daily photobomb more if there was a shiny chance. I guess Meltan made sense at first, but I think its shiny should be available now. Really, when would we get another event? Unknown spawns so rarely anyway, I don't see why they can't be. Events will be the way most people get them anyway. Ditto, I think, should be available, but maybe they could put in a task like Spinda so it doesn't mess with wild spawns. I love that. That's the solution, Adam. Make it like Spinda.
Yeah, but what about all the Ditto tasks that say catch a Ditto?
Take that fucking out of the pool. And make it, make 3 excellent.
And so what about the whole catch a Ditto in the wild? You limit Ditto to just tasks? I don't think that's right.
Shiny Ditto to tasks.
I don't think that's the way to do it.
Okay, Adam. All right, next, Pogo John says, the way Smeargle and Meltan have been handled is fine, honestly, but I can see it being a problem with the way Ditto and Unknown have basically become pay to win. Jordan, Big Knight, says, I think if they've released it shiny once, it should be permanently available to be found shiny. If they want to make certain ones harder to obtain, maybe make the odds less common on Ditto, Smeargle, or whatever, but still have the possibility to be shiny after initial release. So, Adam, this kind of plays into what you were saying. It's like, don't take it off the table, but just don't boost the odds. Like the Smeargle was 1 in 60 during the event. Keep it on the table. Leave the shiny there, but push it back up to 1 in 500 or whatever the fuck it is, 1 in 450 on the photobombs.
Exactly.
It's like you could do a photobomb once a day for an entire year and still be under odds. Pokemon Go Medros says, I don't see Meltan and Smeargle as the same thing. Smeargle needed nothing but a bit of time and the game itself. Meltan at the time required a switch or a friend with one, not equivalent to my mind. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, now with Pokemon Home, Meltan is a little bit more accessible, but I see what he's saying. Next up, Humble Dad Art says, temporary shinies is dirty and artificially inflates player numbers. Players should be able to hunt what they want when they can. Having events with better spawn numbers is just that, better odds, not limited availability. That being said, they're a company with gains in mind, so I get it. I get that too. I want that business model of the developer. I want that to be as transparent as possible. So when something leads me to kind of verbalize that or think about that, I don't like that. I want that relationship between like monetization and the developer and the player. I want that to be transparent. I don't want to justify things because, they're a business. I know I do it a lot because we cover the game, but, I don't want to. All right, a couple more, and then Adam, you could take over. Moshpit says, hate it. Shinies are already rare enough as it is. If we want to hunt them, let us hunt them. I got you. Dark Type Rises, Rob Young says, Shiny Smeargle was a great incentive for players who normally wouldn't engage with AR to take a quick snapshot every day. Removing it makes zero sense to me. This is coming from an AR photographer. So it's like, I agree wholeheartedly. Even if someone's going to take a bullshit ass snapshot just to try to get the Smeargle, at least they're engaging with the snapshot mechanic. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you how many times that I took my photos in the bathroom because I wanted to say that I got a shitter shiny?
Yes.
And it didn't work. But it was nice to sit there and take 15 snapshots of my my underwear around my ankles.
I know, that's like the best backdrop ever.
I was like, do I paint my toenails? Do I make this look nice? No.
Oh, shit. Brian Hilst says, doesn't really bother me that much because if I don't get one the first time around, that's okay. It'll come back eventually. If it doesn't, then I can hopefully trade for one. If I have one, I'll either try to and re-roll it with a lucky friend or trade it for a best offer. I heard a lot of this where this encourages trading, and yeah, absolutely it does. So that is a silver lining of how this can promote other mechanics.
Events, and you can't get to people that are far away from you or in other countries. Oh gosh, it would be really nice to trade, distance trade, at least once a day with a best friend.
All right, next is Legendary Moo. Legendary Moo says it's a way for Niantic to actually have rare mons. Seems fine. Hiding a shiny for a mon that's out and paywalling a dex entry are two different subjects. As for the Galarian Yamask, it'll be back eventually, like how Spiritomb was, my guess. Again, you're right. Everything is going to come back. It's just I'm not patient. I don't want to be patient.
You can't make me.
All right, Adam, you want to pick up with Brattles?
All right, this is from Brattles. I would rather things be rare rather than it be handed to the players on a silver platter. I value temporary shinies in my account more because there are others that I missed out on. I want them to be special.
Yeah, the flex is stronger on them for sure.
Rudax says, it takes any incentive away to open a Meltan box or to take a snapshot to get Smeargle. I see no advantage to these limited time shiny Pokemon, especially as Smeargle was purely luck for those that took 60. Taking that opportunity away leaves a sour taste. I agree.
Yep.
Heracross Boss writes in, certain shinies I can make sense of, like a known, or right now Ditto. Smeargle really grinds my gears, though, as it's already a very limited interaction of once a day.
Totally agree. We're seeing a trend here with the perspective on Smeargle for sure.
Philosoph Phoenix. I like the idea and could decrease long-term FOMO. Think of the whining from lack of Ditto spawns and events where photobombs are non-Smeargle. Keep them special, something to look forward to. Goobly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I see both sides of it. Yeah, it's more special. Yeah, it's event exclusive, but why is that one special? It's just inconsistent.
Next one from Bob Swaggins. It's great. If everyone gets a trophy, then it's not fun trying to get a trophy. I don't need an 8th place trophy. I just need a shiny Smeargle. Nuno Soares. I'm fine with Meltan and Unknown being locked outside of events, even though Meltan should be available more often. Meltan is too easy to obtain, and there would be an overflow of shinies. And Unknown is so rare that it would create a spoofers market for shiny Unknown. The rest should be available always. Smeargle is once a day spawn with no normal shiny rates. It wouldn't become too common of a shiny. Ditto might just be a mechanical problem because if you release it, how would it appear? Would a normal Pokemon turn shiny after the O?
See, that's the thing. There's a lot of other gears in motion.
But I still think if it was a shiny Pokemon that spawned, it would make more sense.
But think about it though. think about it. You would have to then the rate on Shiny Ditto would be exponentially greater or lower because you'd have to first roll the shiny initially.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But
Make
wait,
it super, super rare.
that's what I mean. It would be super rare because you have 1 in 450 to get your normal shiny initially. Then you have to roll, is that going to turn into a shiny? Then you would have a third roll of, is that Ditto going to be shiny? So it's like, I don't know. I'm down though. Keep it in the game, make it exponentially more rare, but don't take it off the table.
Exactly. Next one comes from Pope Dave. Speaking for myself, but I think many will agree, I really wanted Shiny Smeargle, but that's mainly due to FOMO and stress. If it was available through any daily snapshot afterwards, the negative emotions tied to not getting Shiny Smeargle would have been significantly less. People will tend to be more upset they didn't get something when there's no other chance to obtaining said thing. Example, buying sports concert tickets, didn't get the exact seat you wanted, but the other seats are available. That's fine. All the seats sold out? Fuck!
That's a great way to look at it, though, actually. It's like, that's what I mean. Make it be super rare. But when you take it off the table, it's like, yeah, I feel it. I feel that.
Next one's from Ivy Pips. Shiny Lock Pokemon are nothing new. Sometimes TPC wants to give Pokemon away for events to encourage people to come back to the game. For the most part, I feel like these are not too difficult to obtain during their event window.
All right.
I didn't get one. You didn't get one.
Right. But this is the thing, too. We're also, we've talked about this before, we're the 1% in this game. We play a lot. You know, a lot of people on social, the people in our circles, yeah, they did all 60. But, you know, John Doe fucking casual trainer may not do all 60. You know, so that could make it tougher. You know, and take Smeargle away and Shiny Dino or fucking Gibble, you know what I mean? Like these could be hard, but when you play more, you have a better chance because you're playing the numbers game. You got to remember that not everyone plays like us. So those people are even going to have that much more of a challenge, that much harder. But again, the they're going to come back around. I just patience is a tough one here.
All right, next one's coming from Magikarp Diem. It does not bother me. I feel that it adds to the FOMO for the people who are only shiny collectors, though. I caught 2 shiny Meltan from one box last event, so I was lucky on that sense. On the flip side, I didn't get a shiny Smeargle, and I'm not bothered. They will come back.
I admire your patience.
Reviews from the tub. Maybe make Meltan gated to make the event special, but it's not like the other 3 mentioned spawns everywhere. Let them be shiny. I haven't seen a Ditto in ages, never saw an unknown, and Smeargle is the one chance per day. No reason they can't be shiny.
See, that this really sums it all up in one fucking tweet.
Yeah, and like honestly, like everybody's bringing up a known. And like, what did I catch at the beginning of the show?
Yeah, dude,
I still don't understand.
That's insane. I'm still blown away by that. That's totally wild.
It literally was in the wild.
Yes. All right, we got 3 more.
All right, Josh Owens win. I have no problem with Meltan being locked as it's a mythical, and the shiny should be made to feel special. The others being locked is frustrating. Can't help but feel Niantic have done this maliciously.
They're like, fuck you, trainers.
Oh, you opened up a support ticket? Sorry to hear that. Did you restart the game? I already took 15 snapshots. All right. This next one's from Grookey Trainer. I hate temporary shinies. I'd rather they be permanently available, even at base rate. Hell, I'd like base rate from the main series games. Anything to alleviate the feeling of missing out. I think what sucks is less that I didn't catch a shiny Smeargle, but that I have no idea when the next chance will be.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, yeah, so they're going to come back around.
That's transparency. Like, yeah. We need to know.
Woof. All right. So thank you to everyone. That was a lot, but thank you so much to everyone for airing it out like that. A lot of mixed feelings here and a lot of really good points kind of on both sides of the argument. And it is difficult to kind of talk about, the difference between a mythical or a legendary or a standard Pokemon because they all are different in their own right. I think Smeargle is a perfect example of a WTF moment when it comes to why they turn the shiny off, because there's no way to exploit it. And someone had mentioned like, all right, if unknowns, I mean, people are already going to spoof to unknowns. They would ultimately spoof to dittos, to try to farm them. But like Smeargle, that's unique to the trainer, and it's one chance per day. So you take, I like the idea too of just keep them on the table, but just don't boost them. Like,
Okay. Here's in my head what I truly believe. And it could, like, this is like me trying to like play the devil's advocate here, is that maybe Niantic can't have the shiny available when trying to swap over to like the old code, because it's the old snapshots. And then if they do other snapshot events or something to the game, like, so if like Team Rocket does snapshots and then they're in the game, or they do another Pokemon where it's like Poliwag or something and Poliwag's jumping out, like how they did with like Wooper or whatever, like that would release the shine, like maybe the shiny switch is like permanent in there.
Dude, I don't know. I don't
know. I was just guessing.
I think that I don't think that this is a technical limitation. Maybe with Ditto, there might be some shit going on there, but for the rest, I don't think so. And it's like Meltan, thinking about it, it's like, all right, yeah, it is a mythical Pokemon. We're already getting the benefit of, guaranteed XL candy. It's you're gonna be able to every 3 days get your Meltan box, catch 60 of these things in the clip.
Yeah, I think Meltan just isn't special. Like, it doesn't feel special. I think catching a Ditto doesn't really feel special. I think catching a Smeargle still has that special, like, oh, I got it. Like, it comes onto the screen. You're like, yeah. And then you saw you heard my reaction to just seeing a base unknown. So I think unknown still being so rare, I don't know if the shiny is necessary, because seeing one in general is so exciting.
And now there's extra irony with unknown, because GoFest, it came out, right? And it was shiny, the G and the O. But then there was a subsequent event after GoFest that had unknown, and the shinies weren't available. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Was it the Verizon event, right? And then the shinies weren't available. Yep. So it's like, what? That made no sense to me. So it's like, all right, it's a temporary shiny, but it's like they're going to really hold it back again twofold. I don't know. There's so much weirdness going on, but lots of great feedback here. I love these conversations. Anything that has like this level of like thought provocation when it comes to like the nuts and bolts of the game, I fucking love it. This is good stuff. So yes, thank you to everyone for getting involved in the conversation. If you're just hearing this, convo for the first time, definitely join up on Twitter. Check us out on Twitter and get involved. Typically, after we release an episode, the Poke the Bear thread will come back to life for a couple days. So if you haven't gotten involved in the thread, jump in when you hear this and keep the conversation going. It's definitely an interesting topic.
90% of the trainers all agree that Smeargle should still be shiny.
Yeah, of any of them, Smeargle should be shiny. But there's still plenty that are like, it's okay. I'll wait for it to come back. that's just not in my DNA to be able to say that. I don't know. Oh man, but Adam, that's a show, man. We did it.
That is a show, but I think if Smeargle was shiny and you do take a snapshot and it's the old, like the way it is like normally, where it's just got his like tongue out and he's just
Right.
right there. That snapshot could also be shiny, and I think that would be really cool to see too.
Oh, like see it shiny in the snapshot?
Yeah, because it would cause people to be trying to take pictures that involve that and or trying to incorporate that, but because that picture of it being shiny, it would also be super rare too. Just saying.
I don't know. It's a good topic. Let's keep the conversation going on Twitter. But thank you so much, everyone, for checking out the show. We really do appreciate the time that you spend with us every week. It means a lot. Please check out luredup.com for everything we have going on at the show. PokemonProfessor.com for everything going on with the network. You can email us, info@luredup.com, and leave us a text, voicemail, or anything like that, 732-835-8639. Our merch store is up and available at PokemonProfessor.com/merch. And Adam, if that's it, I believe that's it.
That's it.
Keep training, trainers. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.